No More Heroes, your book, covers the sort of phenomena that we're living through at the moment, this hero complex. Could you just define for us, if you will, what you see as a hero complex or a hero mentality?
In my work doing journalism, I found this was coming up a lot in the reporting I was doing, that I saw people acting in this way, especially people coming from a position of privilege, acting this way that they were seeking to save others. So when I talk about it, I think about, for example, this idea that communities being helped don't know what they need, that someone from outside can come in and save them themselves. And I think it also comes down to what's been known as the great man theory of history. This idea that this great leader will come and tell people what to do.
Why is this hero complex or savior mentality so prevalent now?
Well, I think there's a lot of systemic reasons. If you look at our education system, I think that they teach this kind of great man theory of history. If you look at our entertainment industry, look at Hollywood, look at superhero films. I think that Batman is this perfect savior superhero, right? He's this rich man that instead of giving away his money to people in need, he just spends it all on himself and his bat cave and bat tools and goes out to save the world, right? And I think, when we see these stories from a young age, we start to get this idea that that's how change happens. When they construct Hollywood movies, as a screenwriter, you're told to find who this hero is and make a single protagonist. And it's very rare to see any film that doesn't have more than one protagonist, where the protagonist shows a movement. Even, for example, films about the labor movement, right? It's always about one person that stands up instead of this mass of people standing up. So it gives us this really false idea of how change happens. And it's really disempowering ultimately, right? Because if we're not the hero, if we're not Batman, if we're not Martin Luther King, then it makes us think we just need to stay at home because these heroes are going to be out there shaping the change.
You say that saviors are not interested in examining their own privilege. We don't want to see that the systems of race and class and gender that keep us in comfort where we are in the right jobs and neighborhoods and schools are the same systems that created the problems we say we want to solve.
Yeah, exactly. It's so much of it is about systems and about challenging systems. And I think the whole system of charities and nonprofits is a really good example of this. 60% of US nonprofits see their mission as serving communities of color. 63% say that diversity is a key value of their organization, yet 93% of nonprofit chief executives, 92% of their boards, and 82% of their staff are white. 30% of nonprofit boards are entirely white. And I like to quote Jay-Z, who's sort of an unlikely source on this, but he says, to some degree, charity is a racket and a capitalist system, a way of making our obligations to each other optional and of keeping poor people feeling a sense of indebtedness to the rich, even if the rich spend every other day exploiting those same people. That's from his book, Decoded.